Hi. My
Greetings.
question. Greetings, Seth. My question is along the similar vein of what other people have been saying, which is what's been manifesting for myself and probably a lot of people is a situation of uncertainty around the future. And I would wanted to hear from you what would be some of your recommendations for how to handle uncertainty and how to lessen any fear that might arise around uncertainty showing up in the present moment.
Understand that concern for a future that is not occurring now is the act of abdicating your power and your authority and your control of the present moment. In this moment right now, you have the ability to design and to create whatever future you wish, whatever future events or experiences that are going to best serve your reason for coming here, your purpose, which is your evolution, the creative expression of your personality's evolution with a very passionate thrust. Concern and unknown elements in a future is the activation of your physical mind engaging a limiting thought. It is the very moment you begin to experience some uncertainty, some concern for the unknown future is the moment that you are not trusting, that you would not place yourself in a situation that you would not enjoy, that is not good for you. You understand?
Yes.
And this gets confused with the manifestations of unwanted experiences, which are only a reflection of your limiting beliefs, you see. And so you have a choice point, a decision point to use the power that you are harnessing in this present moment for the purposes of creating and designing, which you have full authority over, full control over in the now, by trusting the original thoughts, by creating a space in this moment for that aspect of yourself to flow the information that you are wanting, and then you will be putting your action into your thoughts in motion, your original thoughts from your natural self into motion. This should be what you want to do every day. And if you're busy doing that, you don't have time to worry about the unknown aspects of the future. Do you know when you worry about the unknown aspects of the future is when you believe that there are events, that there are experiences, that there are people outside of you that can assert themselves into your experience in a way that is unwanted, in a way that is not pleasurable. And the only way that that can happen is if you believe that that can happen. If you think that the next president of the United States can harm you, if you think that the next president of the United States can harm people, that can only be true if the collective mass believes that is true, you see. But you are a part of the collective consciousness. If you believe that whoever sits in the big chair is going to be your cooperative component, is going to be working through their process in ways that will benefit your experience, that will be what you experience, you see. If you believe that your body is vulnerable, that you don't eat right, that it does not perform well for you, and therefore you have to be concerned if you will be experiencing an unwanted medical condition, a virus, some sort of ailment. If you believe that, then you will. But if you believe and if you remember that your body is actually invulnerable and has the capacity to do so much more than you've asked it to do. It can do things that you classify as miraculous. It has the ability to shapeshift around your beliefs. If you think you're Superman, your body is going to get in line. The cells and atoms and molecules of your physical body are going to rotate around your belief. And you don't ever have to worry about getting sick or contracting a virus or anything else. So all of the things that you would be concerned about, you see, can only be a concern if you have a limiting belief in place, a system in place that could allow it. However, if you trust your journey, yourself, the multi-dimensional aspects of your beingness, and you know that you came down here to have fun, to express yourself passionately. And when I say passionately, I don't just mean unapologetically. I mean you cannot be stopped. I mean you love what you want to do so much that it doesn't matter what anybody else says or whatever else is going around you. You want to engage that every day. Passion, passion, passion. If you want to have a relationship that you think you haven't experienced here yet, you set about using all of the aspects of yourself to make that happen. That means you're going to follow the lines of your original thought. That means you're going to disregard everything that everyone else has tried to teach you that says why you can't have something, why you can't do something. How about the thoughts of other people that tell you what you should worry about, what you should be afraid of, right? Passion to the exclusion of everything else. Now, some people might call that selfish. Who taught you what selfish meant? What is selfish? Everything is going to have to get reorganized. And so, it's a very good thing you asked this question, because then the response question from me, from us, is how open are you to changing your life? How much do you really want to change your life? And you know how you can tell? By the behaviors and the actions that you take, the decisions from your choice point, your choice points. We have many of them throughout the day. Do I trust this original thought and act on that? What you call your intuition, or do I not? How much do you want your life to change? What are you willing to do? How far are you willing to go to change your life? Now, change is the unknown. And the unknown is scary because intellectually you're smart enough to understand that if you actually do follow this process of honoring the original thoughts that are coming from you, that intuitive part of you, that soul mind part of you, and you're going to put your actions behind it, regardless of what anyone else is going to think about it, it's going to propel you into the unknown, into that change that you want. And so, most people want the changes. They want improved bodies. They want healthier bodies. They want more money. They want romantic love partners that they can experience unimaginable levels of desire and passion with. But then they encounter the manifestations from yourself of the original thoughts. And they have choice points. Do I go with that? That doesn't seem like that would work. You see, the physical mind comes in and they allow it. And when they allow the physical mind to come in, is when they begin to feel fear. Fear is the emotion that is generated from the limiting thoughts that the physical mind is trying to regurgitate. That is it. It's a choice point. The question then becomes not what to do with concerns about unknown futures. The question then becomes, what are you going to do right now that is in harmony with your natural self, your natural energy, which of course is the energy of creation, the power of unconditional love, the highest resonating energy of all the known universes, the power that is wielded by all that is shared with you. What are you going to do right now? How much do you want it? How far are you willing to go to have it? How courageous are you willing to be to go into the unknown? And this is where trust comes in. How much do you trust yourself? How much do you trust and believe that the aspect of you, soul in body, you are your soul. Your soul is you. How much do you trust that? How many people's opinions are you willing to go against and follow your own authentic source thought? Because you trusted yourself before you came forth into this body. Let us use a specific example and we can bring more clarity to your question. What in the future is concerning you?
Collectively, I would probably say around the future of the country.
Elaborate.
Uncertainty around my personal freedoms as I project to the future around what we personally will or will not be allowed to do relative to what our government is going to be telling us we're allowed to do.
There is no one on this planet that can assert themselves into your experience without your permission. If there are things and experiences that you want to have, you can have them. There is no one who is more powerful than you. The president is wielding the same energy that you are. He puts his pants on one leg at a time, just the way you do. He is not more powerful than you. He is not. You being connected and in harmony with the oneness of the totality of your multi-dimensional existence is more powerful than 1,000 presidents of the United States. And so from that perspective, what do you care who the president is going to be? Because whoever it is cannot assert themselves not only cannot assert themselves into your experience, not only can they not limit the experiences that you want to have, they are going to be your cooperative component. So no matter what background or what limiting beliefs of whatever president is going to sit in that chair, whoever the next person is going to be your cooperative component. And do you know how that's true?
Tell me.
Because if you believe that's true, it will be true. Because there are people right now that do not like Trump as an individual, but then remembered who he really was. Another eternal spiritual being having a physical experience along his own path of evolution, just like you, harnessing and wielding the power of the universe, just like you. And some of those people decided that they didn't have to focus their thoughts on judging what he does and doesn't do, what he thinks or doesn't think. What they could do was use their power in their present moment to send him the energy of unconditional love, being unconditional instead. And they have experienced manifestations where the person that they originally didn't like, this president, became their cooperative component in a way that they didn't see coming. Do you know why they didn't see it coming? Because their soul mind, their inner being, higher self, could see the million different ways that a person that they originally decided they didn't like could be their cooperative component in assisting them in delivering something that was desired. You are more powerful than that question. The question presupposes that you believe that a president, an authority figure of any kind, has the power to do something and limit you in a way that you don't want to be limited. And I assure you that's not true. Now, the truth of that coming to fruition will be upon the people who do believe that that's true. The people who believe that they are powerless, the people who believe that they are less powerful than someone with a title, than somebody with more money, they will absolutely create in their experience the manifestation of being powerless. They will have their experiences limited, but not because the person in authority had the ability to do that. It is because they abdicated that to the person with a title. They abdicated that authority to the person with more money. That's why they're experiencing limitation. Not because someone else did something to them. They are experiencing the reality, which is a mirror reflection of their thoughts. People who think they are powerless will experience powerless events. They will. And they will make true that belief. But if you don't believe that, you will never experience that. It doesn't matter what law is put into place. Your inner being knows a million different ways to get you to have that experience here. Somehow, if you trust yourself more than you believe in the authority of somebody that has a different title than you and more money than you. It's a choice, it's a decision. And your behavior and your actions are going to reflect the decision that you make in answering that question. What are you going to choose to believe?
So nothing that shows up in my exterior present moment has control or influence more than my internal state of being and point of creation.
Correct. There are no victims.
It's great. Thank you.
There is the movement of energy. There is what you are creating, which people have called the law of attraction. And there is what you're repelling. And what you're creating and what you're repelling, the culmination of that in physical experience is a mirror of your belief systems, the ones that serve you and the ones that don't. There is no human on the planet that can be more powerful than you, depending on what you believe. As a matter of fact, you can resonate and wield the power of the universe more effectively, more pleasurably, more passionately than 10 presidents. You see?
Yeah.
But you have to have that harmony with self. There must be the trust in the aspects of you that are not physical, that are not your physical mind, that are not your hands and your hair and your skin. You understand?
Yes. Thank you.
You are most welcome.